Broski, what is that? Broski, you think you're Jamal from Empire? What is this, Broski? Bro. Fam, we need trench talk, dark skin music. Yo, wave.
Come on, bro.
What are we dealing with? There's no gangsters. There's not no trench talk.
When the man them are doing their thing.
Dog, you look like a catty, bro.
Come here, fam. Let's go. Yeah? Yeah, cross this line, bro. Cross this line right now, dog. I dare you.
Wait, chill. The sky's the waves. Don't get up.
I feel like the Western shorties, they're more of like a mom vibe. Like they're hood, but like they're a mom vibe. Like they'll take care of you. These Scarborough shorties will probably give you like a Belmont and tell you to fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta dream chicken stall.
Oh, what you're chicken still, man? Still.
Are you fucking stupid, my nigga?
Yeah. Didn't I just drop a bill 50 yesterday, bro?
Yo, what's going on, fam? You good, fam? You saying fam? Before I was saying fam, I was saying bro, and before I was saying bro, I was saying dog.
Is that Toronto slang, I guess.
What up, YouTube? Today we are going to dive into a topic that I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty passionate about this one. You know, it's been buzzing around our city for the last year or so. It's the great debate. A wave of new content creators are making waves on social media, and a lot of them are getting flack for it. Why? Because they have the Toronto accent. Now, you may know from the Kendrick and Drake battle, for those of you who are not currently in my hometown, when Kendrick says Crody a bunch of times, he says fam a bunch of times, and he does it in a very high-pitched, somewhat annoying accent. More on that to come. We have some characters out here in Toronto, more specific, that are really catching a lot of flack and seem to have been the target to everyone's fury. One, Plush, and another city boy, JJ. Now, the question looms, are they actually making a mockery of the slang that we hold so dear to our hearts? Or are they carrying on that tradition the same way we got laughs out of that dude McFly, shout out to Marlon Palmer, 4YE, the two bros, 6 at 6, a man like Joseph, so many others throughout the years provided us that comic relief that only if you came from the ends, you would really appreciate. We've seen this debate in hip hop, old school versus new school. I mean, I listen to Playboy Cardi now. I don't know what's going on. You hear it in the NBA. If they were playing in this era, they wouldn't have it. And now it's happening right here in our city. Let's take a look into this a little further, and you're going to hear from City Boy JJ himself. Here's what he told Borough Sound, a podcast that's out here in the city, about Toronto's vibe. And we'll be back.
Toronto has aura now, bro. You guys listen, mind you, back in the day, when you think of social media and content creation, you think of LA, Miami. We surpassed those cities. We're up. Aiden Ross, he decided to escape. He could have chose anywhere. He decided to come to Toronto for a reason, because we have aura. For you old heads that don't understand this, I'm sorry. But Toronto, we're not, who cares if they think we're clowns? Listen, who cares what they think? Our city is goated. When they come to our city and they try to f with us, y'all old heads are gonna show them wagwan, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing crazy. Let us keep building aura. Like Toronto's, the 6 is now gonna be the 1.
You know, I'm gonna agree with this guy. Keep in mind when he says back in the day, like he is like back in the day for him is like 2019. Like the pandemic, like he was talking about, that's back in the day for him. So I kind of agree that like we are a little out of touch, and you know he even brought up Aiden Ross. He's right. I'm not linking up with no Aiden Ross. I don't have time to be streaming for 12 hours a day. It's a young man's game. You know what I'm saying? And the part that he said, you know, who really cares? I think that's like a big thing for us. I grew up, you know, I'm an 80s baby. So like 2000s was my era in my 20s. And I think what Americans thought of us was so like important, you know, and now we got our own thing. Like this is our own thing. Like they don't need to be in on our inside jokes. It's okay that they're on the outside of the jokes. It's okay if they think, you know, we sound like we're inhaling helium. Bro, don't watch that. I could care less. Unfortunately, I don't share the same sentiments as everybody in my, age range, demographic. There are some people that do take issues. They think it's a mockery. They think, they did it better. And I just wish y'all could come back together and bring the old and the new and y'all make content together. I feel like that's the best thing for Toronto. Nonetheless, I do want to give an objective opinion. So here is the man himself, that dude McFly, Marlon Palmer, on his podcast, Extra Gravy, responding to those comments actually that City Boy JJ made.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of recency bias.
Dangerous, man.
And it's like nobody likes what you're doing. There's a very big difference. When we did it, they liked it. We made the city look good. Like there's a way to do both. Just saying.
Do you think he's helping or hurting the rep of the city?
He's hurting himself. He's hurting himself. I think what hurt the city more, and who has even a bigger claim to that than him, is one person.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach, fam.
If anybody's a detriment to the city, it is.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach, fam.
Since that has gone viral, you can go to anywhere in America and say this, and they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the detriment.
Forgot about that shit too, yeah.
That's the detriment. Is shit like that going viral. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah. Spoken by the Toronto legend, man.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy watching people try to rewrite history all the time. It's pretty insane. But hey.
I'd be mad. I'd be losing my mind, bro. I'd be crashing out way more than you, bro.
That's my girl. That's my girl. My girl be crashing. Like she wants me to go at if I were to talk about all the things that people have stolen from me, copied me.
Play Ether, James.
If I were to put all those things, if I were to talk about all those things all the time, y'all would call me crazy or miserable or bitter or any. So it's like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all rock. Y'all do your thing, man. Because I can't say nothing. I look nuts. Then I look like Nicki Minaj all of a sudden. Right?
Yeah.
Then I start looking like the old bitter nigga that doesn't want to pass a torch or whatever. Y'all call it whatever you want, man. Listen, I know what I've done.
Yeah.
You know what I've done. That's all that matters.
That's all it is, man.
That's all that matters,
good
man.
Good shot.
That's all that matters, bro. I could care less. Niggas want to rewrite history.
Now, Marlon, I got to keep it real. I didn't love this take. I think it does come from a place where, maybe you ain't get your flowers like you really should have. Because honestly, guys, I can go as far back as to damn near 15 years ago. And this dude was doing them videos on shit Toronto people say. However, to say that nobody likes what they're doing, is the most inaccurate thing you could say. I mean, the only reason why they're on everybody's radar is because somebody's liking it, somebody's clicking it, right? And the second thing that I want to say is, before we jump out the window and call it cultural appropriation, let's just consider that these people are in the environment every day where people are talking to things like that's how we move. We're going to talk the way that we talk. And of course, when you're on the internet, you're going to be more performative. So I don't expect that these people are going to talk like that, in just a regular setting, in a classroom, at the bank. But will it slip out, when they're in and around their bedrooms? Of course, and when the camera's on, are they going to turn it up a little bit? Of course, that's what we want. So, I just remember, and I'll end it with this. There was a time when I remember Soulja Boy. I'm old enough to remember Soulja Boy dropping, and he dropped "Crank That," And I remember the old heads, and I was like old enough to be in the middle, to be like, yeah, this kind of don't really make no sense. Dude ain't really rapping properly. And I was young enough to be like, but it's a bop. And I remember like Ice-T coming out and saying something crazy to him, like, yeah, like you're killing hip hop. And Soulja Boy was like, all right, well, like, since you're like supposed to be the OG, like, teach me, show me the way. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we got to do a better job of embracing ours. You know, at the heart of it all, it's a beautiful accent. And you could tell in the montage that I did at the very beginning, none of those skits, those little clips, none of those were exaggerated. That's really us. That's really how we move. So anyway, everybody in Toronto, love always, big up yourself, bless up. You know the vibes. I'm Plus. Just trying to keep it 100 because that's the only way to do it. Peace.